streets of movie scenes. Noise is always loud, there are sirens all around, and the streets are mean. If I can make it here, I can make it anywhere, that's what they say. See my face in lights or my name on marquees found down on Broadway. Even if it ain't all it seems, I got a pocket full of dreams, baby, I'm from New York. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Oh, you're in New York. These streets will make you feel brand new. Big lights will inspire you. Let's hear it for New York, New York, New York. On the avenue, there ain't never a curfew. Ladies work so hard. Such a melting pot on the corner selling rock. Preachers pray to God. Hail a gypsy cab, takes me down from Harlem to the Brooklyn Bridge. Someone sleeps tonight with a hunger for more than an empty fridge. I'ma make it by any means. I got a pocket full of dreams, baby. I'm from New York. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Oh, you're in New York. These streets will make you feel brand new. Big lights will inspire you. Let's hear it for New York, New York, New York.
Yep. Last name C-A-Y-C-O. Thank you. For a Friday morning, there's a really big line outside. So apparently this convention center is just really enormous. This is where they hold like really big events. I think one of the reasons that there aren't a lot of bigger events, specifically anime events, in the New York area is venues here are just crazy expensive. And to rent out a place like this, you would need something like Crunchyroll's money to be able to do it. So beginning of a Friday, the line's really big, so expectations are high, but still managed. So I'm gonna go set up. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, okay, alright, yeah, okay, alright, yeah, okay, I like the way it feel, yeah, okay, I like the way it feel, yeah, okay, alright, yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, this the type of shit they be playing at the barber shop. I hear these motherfuckers saying that it's all for naught, but I ain't stopping till I make it to the top, y'all. They about to feel stupid talking like a drop call, cause I'm about to pop off my dude. The flow too cashy, and this white dude ain't trashy. I'm actually college educated, U of R abbreviated. Got inebriated, but my GPA was still amazing on that 393 tip. Fuck, you know about the east side.
York, rework. That's where, yeah. Just like if Riot would just chill out for a minute of like where everyone, you know, I grouped everyone by generation. So if somebody says a Pokemon, I just have to remember who else is in that generation if I can't remember exactly where. I had live streamed the entire drawing process of that. I had like 40 to 90 people plus at any given time watching. So if I made a mistake, they'd call me out on it.
You ever put together an art book of your works?
No, I don't feel like I have a large enough body of work. Yeah, so all of these start off as like brush pen and ink work, and then I'll take it in digitally and shade them that way. That's why you have that kind of weird mixed look to it, because it's literally two different, yeah.
Great look though. Yeah, it's stunning. It is.
You are like the third person I recognize.
Yeah?
You're the third person.
Let's go.
I'm just wondering who else is here. Now my expectations.
Did you go to the map over there and see?
Over there.
No, I mean, see that map right there?
No, I
Yeah.
haven't got a chance.
So every table has a number on it. That map has a name next to the number. So if you look at their names and you recognize any of them, you'll find their table.
How come you don't do the NYC?
I didn't get in. He's asking why I didn't get into New York, why I'm not doing New York Comic Con. I didn't get in. Yeah. They have a jury and they're super selective, so I applied though.
I've seen one of my There was an empty table. He just grabbed this stuff and went black.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
I've seen people do that, but
I mean,
you can. That's easy. If you get caught, that's an easy way to get blacklisted, and I'm not down for that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, these are all my original characters and concepts.
You guys are amazing. Go
Yeah.
check out his YouTube channel.
Each other to just move forward. Yeah. Traffic just forces itself to move forward. Cool.
I'm looking forward to seeing more videos.
Yeah. Oh, you're always free to drop by.
You know, it's like great seeing you when you just work on art, and I feel like every time I look at your stuff, it's inspiring me to draw. You know, because I look at your style is almost the style that I really love, because I love realism.
That's like the direction you want to go.
Yeah, like I mean, cartoony is fine, but I'm more into like the Marvel DC-ish kind of thing, and anime that represents something like that, or art style, or like I don't really know how to describe it, but that's what I'm looking for.
It's all about real life. Like you've probably heard me say it a bunch of times, like all this stuff I draw because it's based in like slice of life. That's what makes it so relatable and appealing. So if you can make your work relatable to anyone, that's like the easiest way to make it more appealing. Yeah.
I want to eat up all your time.
Nah, you're good. I have all weekend. You gonna head out? Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Always feel free to drop by and say hi. Yeah, that's the good thing, that nobody has seen my artwork here, period. Pretty much everyone has been blown away by the Pokemon drawing. Like, they can't believe it, period. So hold up real quick.
The definition of a starving artist.
All right, so. All right, so this is my man Kay. I ran across him here at the artist alley. So I do these like every weekend. So
Okay.
sometimes I come across other artists on the other side of the table. And a lot of the times I'm like, hey, let me see your Instagram. They don't even want to give me their fucking Instagram account. Well, you're walking around with your own artwork, right?
I am.
Yeah, so I'll let, yeah. So
Picture's worth 1,000
yeah.
words, I guess.
See, so you're walking around the artist alley with your own artwork and you're showing other people. And I have other people who won't even give me their fucking Instagram. So I just think that's super cool. Yeah.
Dude, it
So
was
it's
a
a good
pleasure
hustle,
meeting
man.
you,
Yeah, cool.
No, I'll be in touch. I told you already.
All right.
Getting talked about to something, and you ain't even in my league, lil' shawty. I'm a beast. You can find me on the beach with a spotty little young thing, tan lines out the air so bad. She about to go to Alcatraz. I got a second with the 10 thinking alphabet. La Dicky only breaking bad bitches. Malcolm's dead. I'm on the beat. Know you heard of that G? That'll murder cats free.
So that wraps up day one. It actually went a lot better than I thought it was gonna go. So I'm pretty happy. The fact that I have to try and get to FedEx right now to get some prints made because I'm running low is a good sign. Running out of prints sucks, but it's always a good problem to have. FedEx, downstairs. Hopefully, like, I know FedEx here is gonna be overpriced, but at least I can get it done. Hopefully they're still open. Like, God, this convention center, man.
With a cock trying to date something. I'm straight frontin' cause I'm not hard top on my mama's Lexus.
Super
I ain't
lit.
stopping till the Dickie
All
and
these people,
Obama
man.
texting, dog. I just wanna rap till your man straight blow up. I'm nasty, throw up. My fam reads Torah.
Damn it. All right. So, I'm gonna go hunting right now for some place I can go get prints made. Shit. All right.
Darling, your man correct. I tell y'all about violence, stand for it. Cause I've been known to use a metaphor. Only fucking 10 or more. Thought I was an artist, but I think I'm like a metamor.
So you guys saw me running around yesterday. I went to the FedEx that was here in the convention center. FedEx there didn't have the paper I wanted, so they sent me to another one that's 24 hours. So they had the paper that I needed, or something close to what I used. So I got a bunch of these made. $4 a print. So yesterday actually went better than I thought. How's it going?
It's good.
Yeah, this is up to date with Sun and Moon. Oh, you guys have Saturday badges. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to see.
Thank you for letting me look at it.
Yeah.
I'm coming back here later and I'm fine.
Thank you.
No problem.
They just opened the doors for day 2. Yesterday went actually, I don't know, better and worse kind of than I thought it was going to be. Like, my initial thoughts coming into the show was it's going to be really slow because it's a first year. So my expectations were like super low. And then I saw the crowd outside and it was like really crazy, like super lit. So I was like, oh, it's going to be really good. So I hyped myself up. And then by the end of the day, it was just like average. So had I kept my expectations low, I would have been like happily surprised. and then I brought myself up, and it just brought me back down. So manage expectations, but overall it's fine. Like, it was okay. I'm expecting a big haul today though. So.
Standard is standard.
Oh. So this is the standard here. It's printed on this.
How long did this take?
I clocked about 500 working hours on that. Yeah.
Ow.
So the standard is printed on that heavy gloss, so it's not going to get all wrinkled up when you walk around.
Take a photo?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Pokedex size.
Your hand's not permanently.
Actually, I don't, because I was holding my stylus. I finished that in January. I still don't have feeling right here. Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, those are all my original characters and concepts. And they're all here if you want to see them closer.
Why the pink?
Just kind of a way to draw your eye,
Yeah.
like in terms of like composition. And pink's my favorite color.
There you
so-
go. Well, that's what I was looking for.
Are you talking about specifically, not the color? Why that color? Yeah, no, pink's my favorite color.
I
Yeah.
got ya.
Hey, how'd it go for you guys? Where are you guys at?
Like on the basically this row on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone was like, or one guy came by my booth. He was like, "There's a guy over there that treat every single like character."
You're like, oh, this guy again.
I was like, I think I know who
I didn't know you guys were gonna be here. That's cool.
Yeah, well, we don't live that far. Like you're from the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so like when you guys are going to Rose City, that's quite a thing
That
for
was
you.
that was a haul, yeah. But we love it out there, so we don't mind.
Yeah, that was my first time in Portland. I love
yeah?
that city.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Do you see how much spare space they have in the vendors hall? Like, we could have been in there, right?
I know all the different types.
I'm actually, yeah, I know. I've been hearing it all weekend,
I know,
ever
I
since
have-
BlizzCon.
I
I'm
have
just like,
a shot too,
yeah.
And it's like, does this have Oricia? Does this have Oricia?
Thank you. And I don't know, did you grab my card? If you go there, it'll take you to my YouTube video where you could watch me draw this. You a car guy?
Yeah, a little bit. I like the Skyline one. Really nice.
Yeah, that one's really popular this weekend. I used to work as a technician, yeah, before I started drawing.
What a weird transition, huh?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but
I mean, I'm assuming drawing was always a passion, and then you did the technician, and then you kind of like.
like I was drawing when I was a little kid, but then I stopped in school. I started again when I was like 25.
Okay, just like randomly rediscovered it. Or like,
Yeah, I don't know, I just felt like, because I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot, so then, I don't know if you've ever played, but we have these with Magic, they have the play mats.
Yeah.
So then I saw someone drawing on one, and I was all like, that sucks. And they were making money, I was like, that sucks, I can do that better. So then I tried it out. So yeah, my approach to the Overwatch drawing was, often they'll just put like Tracer or Diva up front, and then just kind of everyone else. I wanted to give everyone equal spacing, so I kept every bit of detail in every single character. Hey, how's it going?
Kane from Frederator.
Oh shoot,
Yeah,
how's it
I
going?
saw
It's
your
nice
stuff,
to
I
meet
was
you.
like, man, I wanted to meet him in person. So.
Did your colleagues from yesterday?
Sorry?
I
wasn't here yesterday.
Oh no, I thought you had
stopped
it.
by?
Yeah, you had some other Frederator people came by. Yeah.
Adrian was probably.
Adrian, yeah.
This is Alyssa.
Oh hi.
She's community
Nice to
manager
meet
at
you.
Frederator as well. We have this hanging up in the office now.
Nice.
Yeah, because I think Kenny bought it.
That was a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We gotta have you come in sometime, man. Where are you based?
I'm in Fresno in California.
Okay, yeah, that's quite far. Well, next time you come to the city and you have some free time, swing by the office.
Because I thought Frederator was located in LA.
Yeah, we have a Burbank office.
Okay.
And we have an office here, but most of us are here. A lot of the animation, like boarding and stuff like that, development goes out there. But like marketing and like general like stuff happens here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, it's crazy to see you guys.
Yeah, I was like, man, I gotta come see your stuff.
Normally on the weekdays I'll do live drawings. Yeah. When I get back from this show, I'm going to be starting up my next big project like this, which is Dragon Ball.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. And no GT or Super.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to put them in there in general. Just like
With like the whole new arc that they just put in, there's like a million new characters.
that's why I don't want to do it. Like with these three, it's hard enough because it's ever growing. If I just do Dragon Ball Z, it's done. Yeah, forever. Yeah, and yeah, I actually spent the past couple weeks. I watched literally every single episode of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and I combed through them. And I wrote down not just the main characters, but tertiary characters as well. So I'm gonna put everyone in it.
Awesome. That's so great. I want to check that out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare.
I can imagine.
But yeah, on that YouTube channel is where I'll be streaming it.
How do you draw in Photoshop? I'm actually still learning. How?
Are you having trouble with what, line work or coloring?
Like right now, I'm still learning. Right now, I'm getting a lot better at anatomy, but like regardless, I'm just
well, I mean I like Psy.
Yeah.
But I mean, with Photoshop, what are you having trouble with?
I have the program, but how do you just even get started?
It's like I know the coloring is more like stamping and not so much blend because it doesn't blend. Photoshop doesn't blend, so it's more like you're just stamping on top of each other. So I would stick to Psy because I did this in Psy.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah,
I can see how that was done inside.
Yeah,
but like,
when it comes to this, I just I focus a lot on line work. That's my thing. Okay. So Photoshop, with Psy, like it'll kind of stabilize your line when you're drawing. Photoshop doesn't do that at all. So what I did was I just spent like a couple of like endless days practicing line work on Photoshop till I got to the point where I didn't need the assistance anymore. Okay. Yeah, so that's how I'm able to do my line work in Photoshop, just because I just force myself to get used to it. So yeah, that's like the long answer to it, but that's probably
any recommendations on like tutorials, anything?
For Photoshop?
Yeah, or just anything
not
in
really.
general, honestly, to get better, because like this is absolutely fantastic.
So these are more test of patience than anything. So that's a good way to test yourself. But other than that, How to Draw by Scott Robertson and Figure Drawing for All It's Worth by Andrew Loomis. Get those two books to start with, and then you're solid. I do. These are the two books that I like the most.
How long did this take?
505 working hours. So Figure Drawing for All It's Worth by Andrew Loomis. I hope I spelled his last name right. And How to Draw by Scott Robertson. I still sign it. Yeah, I still sign it. So it's a Figure Drawing for All It's Worth. It will teach you like anatomy and gesture. And then How to Draw by Scott Robertson will teach you perspective and how to draw the like basic figures in that perspective. Yeah. So that's the best place to start. And then you have your fundamentals and you just go crazy after that.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
cool. What's your name?
Jesse, actually.
Jesse?
Yeah.
Cool. So they are shutting down, they turned off the lights, and they're kicking everyone out. So, day 2 actually went really well. I think I did more than double what I did yesterday, which is always good. So overall the show is solid. I know there's some people who aren't doing well, and I'll talk about that later for my theorios and some things that I don't like about this show that I'll get into, but that'll be later. That'll be at the end of the show. I have to make my journey back to that FedEx because although I thought I made enough extra prints, I did not. Again, running out of prints is a good problem to have, but unfortunately it's raining like a motherfucker outside. So I'm gonna have to tough it out. I'm gonna buy an umbrella, I'm gonna fight the wind, I'm gonna get my ass over there and get some prints and get home. Yeah, all right, so I'm not gonna be able to record because it's raining, but anyway, see you guys. So the past 2 days have started off really slow, like the first 4 or 5 hours, there's just like no traffic. But then near the end, it starts to really pick up. I mean, like really, really pick up. So Sundays in general are usually really slow at the beginning, church and stuff, or people just want to sleep in. So even at a normal convention, Sundays don't really pick up until afternoon, so talking about 1 to 2 p.m. So I don't know if it's just going to be really, really slow until like 3 or 4 p.m. because we close at 5 today. So I think we're going to have, I'm estimating 3 hours max today to just get the rush and really make our money. So I've been a major fat ass this weekend. I've eaten nothing but dollar pizzas, dollar hot dogs, sweets and shit. And it's been amazing.
Little sketch for you. Yeah, dude, I love it. I have no idea how much this means to me.
That's what gets me. Just that. The foreshortening.
Yeah. But then ultimately, it also comes down to you just don't have to not give a shit. Yeah. Like, you could know everything, but it's like, once you stop caring, and then you're free to go do whatever you want. Yeah.
Just like, it's probably word of it. That's too much in my head about like.
Yeah. I know like my advice is like really wonky here and there, but it's just, it's really, it's hard to pinpoint because I'm going through my brain and I'm like, I used to have all these problems and I've had so many different things that fixed all these little things. So,
It's not as simple.
yeah, I think that's what it is. It's not a simple solution. It's like I had to approach it from a book, from YouTubers. I had to go to a lecture with Kim Jong-gi. I had to do my own thing. I had to learn to not give a shit. So, and then, so I don't know, like, yeah, it's just, it's a headache. It's a journey, and it's just like never ending. You're never gonna stop being frustrated. But if you can learn to live with it, then you'll be okay. Hopefully. That makes it, I think it's because when I was older when I started, and a lot of these people here are like 21, so I'm 29 now. How old are you? 26. I was 25 when I started. Yeah, and I know the whole age thing said it was bothering you, but I'm like, who gives a shit, dude? Like, it's fucking kids, man.
Exactly.
The thing is, you're just gonna be more mature when you come across your, like, when you focus on your work, you're just gonna be more mature about it. So it's just like, for me, I built up a work ethic because I worked a 9 to 5 for a long ass time. Someone who's like 18, 19, and they just started being like a popular artist right away, they're not gonna have that in the long run. So fuck them. Just, who cares, dude? Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
Excuse my language.
Some truth to this, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about other people. You know, their reps aren't gonna make you buff. I didn't catch your first name again? Christian. Chris.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, always hit me up if you have any questions, man. Serious.
Thank you.
Good luck. Hi. Oh shoot! What's your name on Okay, that's you. Oh shoot! It's nice to meet you. Finally, man. That's so cool.
It's kind of funny to see you in person and see you like.
It's recording right now.
Like I see you like talking to people like every time. And I wanted like to actually show you my art.
Yeah. Man, it's so cool to see you. Like, oh wow. Are these the original?
Yeah, that's my own character. His airbrush is like the only one that has like a negative and like a positive side to it. So like his side, like he's like a really good artist and like he's like one of.
Yeah, I've come across a few people from Instagram here already because it's my first time on the East. So it's so trippy. It's like it's so cool. Yeah. So customer traffic so far, what I noticed is like it's hard enough to get people up here because there's only one sign. It says Artist Alley. It's maybe this tall. They need one of those big things hanging. I think if they had that, it would be much better up here. But also, it's like people are coming up and just driving straight down and going back there. That's where all the traffic is.
I almost missed you because I came to his group and I turned and I'm just like, oh, he's actually here.
So is that what you did? You just went?
Yeah, I went down there because like I saw like everybody I noticed, but what I was doing is I worked my way back there and I came back here. So like on my way out, I'm already done.
Yeah, but some people at that point they've already spent all their money. So just put it right there. I'm only gonna go 15 on it instead of 20. But other than that, the con is in its first year, so it's like give it a few years to build up an audience, and it's solid. I think it'll be okay if they can fix the traffic issue. They could bring more people up here.
I'm gonna be like, you don't have Diana.
This is the last one. You want it? Okay. Plus, I guess my advantage of being in California is there's just cons everywhere in California.
It's like I went to Comic-Con and it was a lot busier than this. I felt if you came to that,
Do you want me to take with my first in this?
Well, I'm putting them in the vlog, so it'll be the recording, so it's cool.
So
Yeah.
let me take one with the juice. And then one of my.
Wow.
Right. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Oh, so excuse me. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Day 3 was pretty crazy. It really picked up, and it's so strange that I'm looking online and there's so many mixed reviews from artists for this show. So it seems like people are either doing really well or really shit. I don't think there's a middle ground, at least that I've heard of anyway. I'm gonna walk around and ask people kind of how they did. I know a few of the artists here, so they should be pretty honest with me. If you're working the artist alley and you go up to someone, you ask them if they did well or not, most of the time they're gonna lie to you and say they did well. But sometimes they'll say this was shit. But very rarely have I come across someone who's like, it was all right. And definitely nobody will give you their numbers. I know they think it's a tacky thing to do. My friends and I talk about our numbers. We don't give a shit. That's the only way. Us talking about our numbers is the only way that we're actually able to like gauge, both how we're doing and how a con is. Like 2,000 to one person may be amazing, and they could say the show was amazing. But you take somebody else who's used to making 6+, it would be like, that's not amazing, it's good. So anyway, picked up for me. I'm gonna see how it did for everyone else. So that wraps up Anime New York 2017. This was their first year, and I think it was a solid effort on their part. This was run by Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll has a presence at every convention, like ever, so they should know what they're doing. So I have a few things that I didn't like, but other than that, other than these few things that I'm going to list off, the show was solid, and I will give it a try next year. The Artist Alley and the exhibitors are in 2 different locations. The Artist Alley is up 2 flights of stairs or escalators and off to the side, and the vendors are right in the front with these 2 giant hangar doors, so naturally traffic is going to go to the exhibitors first, which is fine if there's a good enough sign to tell people that the Artist Alley is upstairs. However, all they had was like this 30-foot, or not even 30-foot, this little banner display that said Artist Alley with like a little black arrow. That's it. That's all they gave us. They need this giant sign coming from the ceiling saying, hey, Artist Alley this way. That's what we need. The exhibitors area was big enough and had a lot of empty space, so I was thinking, why don't they just put all of us on the same floor? And as I talked to more artists, we came to the conclusion that it actually would probably be better off to have it separated, because a lot of conventions, they always start off with the exhibitors and the artists in the same floor, to save money, so you don't have to rent out like more of the venue. And then once the show grows, they end up separating the artists and the vendors. That way they can just put more and grow. But once you set the precedence that it's all on one floor and then you later separate that makes it hard for the artists. Now, if you start your convention, assuming Crunchyroll continues with this show in the future, if you start with both of them separated right at the beginning, that sets the precedent saying, hey, all the artists are always going to be separate from the vendors, and it's always been like that. The problem is there's no sign directing them up to us. So in a way, they did kind of future-proof this convention if it ever grew too much. So I dig that. I'm cool with that. I get it. Crunchyroll has a bunch of money to play with, so they were able to just separate us right at the beginning. Whatever. The Artist Alley itself was set up a little weird. The Artist Alley itself had a front section and a back section, which I don't really get that. Considering traffic would come in kind of they'd come in and then see that there's a back section, so they would just beeline to that. So they would come in and then just kind of bypass the front and then head to the back section. Now the back section itself was really big. It was like, I don't know how, they said 200 artists there. And from word of mouth, a lot of the artists who were in the back part of the back section didn't get any traffic because there was just like too much, right? So it's really, people came in, they went to the center of the back section. I hope this all makes sense. They went to the center of the back section, spent all their money, and then made their way out. And by the time they made their way out up to the front section where I was, they had either spent most or all of their money. And when people were walking in and saw something they liked in the front section, they were like, well, I still want to check out the back section before I spend any of my money, so I'll be back for this item. And anytime somebody says that, at least 50 or higher percent of the time, they're not going to come back. So I don't know how they could change the table layout for the artist alley, but I do think something needs to be changed about that. And one thing I'm concerned that this convention is going to do is kind of overextend. Like, the attendance here was really good, so I'm assuming they're going to do it again next year, assuming. And when they do, I know this is like, I'm calling it right now, because for a premium corner spot artist alley table, 8 foot, it was $300 for this year. I guarantee you that an inline, they're going to go down to 6 foot tables so that they can fit more artists, and they're going to go from like $250 for the base table, and that's going to be like $300 next year, and then the corner spots are going to be even higher. So you're going to get less space, they're going to put more artists, and they're going to up the price. I guarantee it. I'm fucking calling it right now. Anyway, other than those few things and few concerns, this was a solid effort for a first year show. I'm going to give it a try next year. If they muck it up, then of course I'm not going to come back. If you're in the area, definitely do give this show a shot. And you know, one of the things that bothers me about them overextending, every convention does that, but it's expensive enough to get to New York or to stay in New York if you're not from the city. So I don't know. Overall, I had a good time, but a lot of artists didn't. So if you were working the artist alley or the exhibitor area for New York, please share your experience down below. I'd really love to hear it. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time.